The Toronto Maple Leafs are facing a significant challenge as star forward William Nylander has sustained a groin injury, casting a shadow over the team's crucial push for a playoff spot. This development, confirmed by head coach Craig Berube, introduces an element of uncertainty for a team striving for consistency. Nylander, a pivotal offensive force, exited a game against the Vegas Golden Knights on Thursday, February 20th, 2025, due to this ailment. His absence was immediately felt as he was subsequently held out of the following game on Saturday, February 22nd, 2025, which saw the Maple Leafs face the Winnipeg Jets. The injury occurred during a regular season NHL contest, though the specific play that led to Nylander's discomfort was not detailed in the initial reports. What is clear, however, is the immediate impact on the team's lineup and future strategy. Nylander's departure from the ice mid-game against the Golden Knights was a concerning sight for fans and management alike, particularly given his history of remarkable durability. This current groin injury represents an unexpected hurdle for a player who, prior to this season, had been an almost constant presence in the Maple Leafs lineup. The nature of groin injuries often raises concerns about recovery timelines, as they can be notoriously difficult to manage and prone to lingering effects. This incident marks a critical juncture for the Maple Leafs. Nylander has been a cornerstone of their offense, consistently delivering high-level production. His skill, speed, and scoring ability are integral to the team's offensive scheme, making any period of absence a substantial blow. The timing of this injury is particularly disadvantageous, as the team is deeply entrenched in a competitive playoff race. Every game carries significant weight, and losing a player of Nylander's caliber can profoundly influence outcomes. The Maple Leafs have been working diligently to climb the standings, and this setback introduces an additional layer of complexity to their pursuit of a postseason berth. The immediate focus will undoubtedly shift to assessing the full extent of the injury and determining a realistic recovery timeline, which remains unclear according to initial statements. The team's medical staff will be under pressure to provide accurate evaluations and rehabilitation plans for their key forward. The implications of this injury extend beyond immediate game results, potentially influencing team dynamics and strategies for the remainder of the season. The organization will need to adapt quickly to mitigate the impact of Nylander's absence, relying on their depth and other star players to maintain their offensive output and competitive edge. The situation remains fluid, with ongoing monitoring and assessment expected in the coming days. Nylander's current injury is particularly unusual given his exceptional track record of availability. Over the past 4 seasons preceding the 2025-26 campaign, he had missed only a single game, a testament to his durability and consistent presence on the ice. This history makes the present groin injury a significant deviation from his norm, raising concerns about its severity and potential impact. His consistent Ironman status has long been a reliable asset for the Maple Leafs, making this unexpected setback all the more impactful. The team has come to depend on his nightly contributions, and his absence disrupts a long-standing pattern of reliability. Despite being limited to 37 games this season, Nylander has maintained his status as a primary offensive threat, leading the Maple Leafs with an impressive 48 points. His offensive output includes 17 goals, which ties him for second on the team, further underscoring his critical role in generating scoring opportunities. These statistics highlight not only his individual talent, but also the substantial void his absence creates for the team's overall offensive production. His point-per-game average prior to the injury was among the league's elite, consistently providing the primary scoring punch that the Maple Leafs often require. The timing of this injury could not be worse for the Maple Leafs, who have recently shown a significant improvement in their performance. They have successfully climbed from the bottom of the Atlantic Division standings and are now positioned just 1 point shy of securing a wild-card spot. This surge in performance indicates a critical phase of the season where every game and every point is crucial for their playoff aspirations. Nylander's injury introduces a major obstacle in their pursuit of what would be their 10th consecutive postseason berth, a streak they are keen to maintain. The team's momentum, painstakingly built over recent weeks, now faces a stern test. Head coach Craig Berube's statements regarding Nylander's return reflect a palpable level of uncertainty, adding to the team's concerns. His direct quote, "I'm not sure when he's going to be on the ice," indicates that the medical staff has not yet provided a clear timeline for recovery. This ambiguity is particularly troubling because groin injuries are notoriously complex. They are frequently associated with prolonged recovery periods and can often linger, causing discomfort and limiting performance even after a player returns to action. The potential for a re-injury or a reduced effectiveness upon return is a significant factor in the team's cautious approach. This type of injury can significantly impact a player's skating and agility, core components of Nylander's game. In Nylander's absence, the team will be forced to rely more heavily on its other key offensive players to maintain production. Auston Matthews, Matthew Knies, and John Tavares will be expected to elevate their game and shoulder an increased portion of the scoring burden. Matthews, as the team's leading goal scorer, will be under immense pressure to continue his high-volume output. Knies, a younger forward, will need to demonstrate increased consistency and offensive capability. Tavares, a veteran presence, will be looked upon for both leadership and continued offensive contributions, particularly in crucial situations. The collective effort of these players will be vital in mitigating the impact of Nylander's injury and keeping the team competitive in the tight playoff race. The depth players will also need to step up, potentially seeing increased ice time and opportunities to contribute offensively. This situation provides an opportunity for other players to prove their value and fill the void left by a star. The strategic adjustments by the coaching staff will be critical in optimizing the remaining roster's potential. Nylander's injury occurred swiftly and unexpectedly during the game against the Vegas Golden Knights, limiting his ice time to a mere 2 minutes and 17 seconds before his premature exit. This brief appearance underscores the suddenness and severity of the incident, as a player of Nylander's caliber typically logs significantly more minutes per period. The immediate removal from the game indicates that the injury was apparent and concerning enough to warrant his withdrawal, preventing any further aggravation. This minimal ice time stands in stark contrast to his usual substantial contribution to the team's offensive efforts. Head coach Craig Berube's subsequent confirmation of the groin injury and his candid expression of uncertainty regarding Nylander's return timeline reinforces the seriousness of the situation. His statement, "I'm not sure when he's going to be on the ice," reflects a cautious approach prioritizing the player's long-term health over a rushed return. Such a declaration from a head coach typically signals that the medical assessment has not yielded a definitive recovery period, leaving the team and fans in suspense. This ambiguity is a source of concern given the critical juncture of the season. The statistical impact of Nylander's absence is substantial. With 48 points recorded in just 37 games, his offensive contribution to the Maple Leafs has been significant. This translates to an impressive point-per-game average of approximately 1.3, highlighting his efficiency and consistent ability to generate offense. Furthermore, his 17 goals represent a considerable portion of the team's scoring, making him one of their primary offensive catalysts. Removing such a productive player from the lineup inevitably creates a significant void that other players will struggle to fill entirely. The Maple Leafs' current position in the standings further amplifies the urgency of Nylander's injury. They are presently 1 point behind the Buffalo Sabres for a wildcard position, emphasizing the tight race and the importance of every single game. In such a competitive environment, the loss of a top-tier offensive talent like Nylander can be a decisive factor in securing a playoff spot. The margin for error is minimal, and every point lost due to reduced offensive output could have dire consequences for their postseason aspirations. This absence marks a rare occurrence in Nylander's professional career, given his historical context of exceptional durability. Prior to this season, he had established an Ironman streak, missing only 1 game over the past 4 seasons. This remarkable record of availability makes the current injury particularly noteworthy and concerning, as it deviates significantly from his established pattern. His consistent presence on the ice has been a cornerstone of the Maple Leafs lineup, and his absence now tests the team's resilience. The team will undoubtedly face a significant challenge in attempting to fill the void left by Nylander's scoring and elite playmaking abilities. His capacity to create offensive opportunities, both for himself and his teammates, is a critical component of the Maple Leafs' attack. To compensate for this loss, the team will require increased output and elevated performances from other top-line players. This includes a greater reliance on players like Auston Matthews, who will need to maintain his prolific scoring, and others who must step up to assume a more prominent offensive role. While specific medical details concerning Nylander's groin injury have not been publicly disclosed, Coach Berube's cautious statement strongly implies that the injury is not minor and necessitates careful, deliberate management. Groin injuries are notoriously complex, often requiring extended recovery periods and careful rehabilitation to prevent re-injury or chronic issues. The team's medical staff will likely be implementing a conservative approach to ensure a full recovery, even if it means a prolonged absence. In response to Nylander's absence, the team's strategy will likely involve significant adjustments to their lines and the allocation of ice time among other forwards. The coaching staff will need to experiment with different combinations and roles to optimize the remaining offensive talent. This tactical flexibility will be crucial in maintaining competitive performance and mitigating the impact of losing such a key player during a pivotal stage of the season. The overall depth of the roster will be thoroughly tested in the coming weeks as they navigate this challenge.